Today, the Georgia Supreme Court's going to hear questions in a federal class action lawsuit over the 2024 BioLab fire in Conyers. Filings show lawyers in that case want the court's opinion on how to interpret certain state laws. That's because plaintiffs are asking for medical monitoring in the event that toxic fumes from that fire actually lead to future health issues. You'll remember these flames caused a huge plume of toxic chemicals to float across several metro Atlanta counties. Thousands of people had to evacuate or shelter in place. While the manufacturing at that BioLab has shut down since then, the Conyers Distribution Center is still in operation.